Hello folks, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you're having a good week so far. It's a little bit of an overcast today, so yeah, Fibro is not happy, but I'm going to try and stream for as long as I can. Hi Tina, how are you? We have a needy kitty cat right there. She's not happy mommy's scooted so close to the desk right now, but she's trying to fit in. Oh, I am gonna need this other light. So yeah, she's being a good girl. Yeah, dreary there too. Yeah, it rained yesterday, so between that and everything else going on, oh, of course you're gonna shed all over the place, aren't you? I didn't brush you this morning. With the rain and my fibro flare up, I just wasn't able to stream yesterday, but I'm gonna try today and go for as long as I can. Yep, there's our little baby girl. So still can't see her all that well. But I'm also wearing black bottoms, so she kind of voids on in. So I want to thank everybody for joining me today, whether you're lurking, chatting, or working. You're always appreciated. Today we're going to be working on some latch hook, and as the title says, depending on how I'm feeling, I might start working on gathering all the stuff up for the vision quest I'm planning on doing. So it actually takes quite a bit of preparation and stuff to get everything ready, so I figured I'd start early. I'm planning on doing it on the full moon, either this month or next month, depending again on health or what's all going on in my schedule. Got a bunch of doctor's appointments coming up and stuff like that, so that's going to keep me busy for the next couple of weeks. So yep. But yep, we're just loving on the Luna right now. Again, she's shedding all over the place. So, but I've got my coffee and water ready, so I don't have to get up, every couple of minutes to refill stuff. I've got a pillow behind my back to help kind of relieve some of the stress on my back, so hopefully we can stream for a little bit today. No nibblins. But if you can't see, yes, the void kitty is here. I probably should have put down like a white blanket or something so you guys can see her better, but she's really, really blending in there. You might occasionally see ears or eyeballs. But I promise you she's on my lap. You can see her little foot here, and of course her famous stubby little tail. Ow! Do not dig your nails in. So, of course, left me alone for most of the morning, and as soon as I get my streaming stuff together, she knows, and you have to make an appearance, don't you? Yes, you have to make the appearance. Say hello to all of your friends. Yes. I don't know if you can hear, but she is just a purring. Yep. You being a good girl? Yeah, the weather here in New York is definitely gone through some crazy changes the past couple of days. A couple days we had it like high 50s, low 60s, sunny, gorgeous. Then it's like high 40s, low 50s, raining and dreary. And then today, right now, it's 42 and overcast. So my body's a little confused, not sure what it's wanting to do. So I wish my other camera worked better. Unfortunately, my HD camera is not a happy camera. And we're forced to play with this one, which also is looking like it's not a happy camera. So I don't know whether, I'm wondering if it's my driver or graphics card. I'm hoping not, because I spent quite a bit of money on this computer to be able to stream, and the video doesn't seem to be working. So there's that. There probably won't be a stream tomorrow, just because I've got to do some fasting blood work, and that always messes me up. Never a fun time. Yeah, I hear ya. It's also saying my bit rate is unstable, so maybe that has something to do with it too. I don't know. I used to know a lot about computers, and anymore it's like my brain just kind of derps on it and says no. So let's get you back over here onto the project. Ah, no biting my elbow. No, that doesn't show the project enough. I'm working with limited space here on the craft desk. I really need to do an organizing stream. There you go. Maybe you can see a little more of the project. There we go. That works. So yeah, I'm wearing black pants today, so unfortunately the little fur face does not show up, but she's on the other arm of the chair, so she can supervise better what we're doing. So what are you guys working on? Any types of arts and crafts, or you starting your spring cleaning? I'll be starting my spring cleaning here soon. I should have actually already started it, because my goal is usually to be done by the first day of spring, but again, health and whatnot has kind of put a wrench in things. I'm still on very strict rest orders, which sucks. My butt is starting to hurt from all the sitting I've been doing, because I don't like to lay down all the time. You know, because then when I do go to lay down to sleep, I'm already aching from laying down. So, yeah, my butt is not happy from having to sit too much. And with the nice weather, I had hoped to start taking some walks, but again, until my foot heals, because they now found another little spot on my foot underneath my pinky toe, where there was a pressure ulcer of types, they said. And the weird thing is, I'm not on my feet all that much, and it's not the shoes, because again, I'm not on my feet all that much, but I now have another wound that wound care has to take care of, and they want me off my feet for even longer. So that's not fun. But we will get through it. I've been through worse. way worse. But, and of course Luna is loving all the time I'm having to spend off of my feet. There she goes through. And she's chattering at me. Do you want some crunchy treats? I'll give you a crunchy treat. I need to put in an order for more crunchy treats, because I'm running low. I'll probably do that after I get home tomorrow. Hold on, baby girl. Let mommy get it. Since it's the shedding season of the year, that's our treat drawer. I'm going to give you some hairball treats. Huh. There you go. Like I said, she leaves me alone all morning until I go to start crafting, and then that's when she wants attention and to flirt with the camera and all that stuff. So, yeah, I got a little mini wooden dresser that sits right beside my craft table, and it has Luna treats and Am's treats. So that way, you know, if I'm not feeling good or if my sugar's getting low, I have something to snack on if I'm hungry or if I need to boost up my sugar. So it's normally high, but there are times, like, because of the medications I take, my sugar will drop unexpectedly. And it's nice to have something, you know, close by if I get that super low, that I can boost it up real quick and then get to the kitchen to find something to keep it stable. So I have a friend that goes through the same exact thing, and neither one of our doctors is really willing to mess around too much with the medications we are currently on. I do see my primary care on Monday, and I'm probably going to need bail money by the time I'm done with her. I've been without pain medication for over a year now, and I'm very sick of not having any quality of life. It really kind of sucks. Okay, she's gone to the back of the chair. She's finished her crunchy treats. Now she's going to go on the back of the chair to supervise from there. So she's going to let us craft for a little bit. But yeah, my primary care and I have been butting heads for a while, and I've tried to find another primary care, but because of the medical conditions that I have, a lot of doctors see me as a walking medical nightmare and don't want to take me on as a patient. So I am unfortunately stuck with my current primary care, and I understand. I have a lot going on. But, you know, you can manage pain in other ways than what the medication I was on. She was like, oh, you're on this medication. I don't prescribe this medication. We're taking you off it, and then never gave me anything else to, you know, try and help. I can't even take over-the-counter drugs because, hi, Sleeping Beauty, welcome in. How are you today? Thank you for popping in. I was just talking about my primary care doctor about how she took me off the main pain medication I was on and never gave me anything else to combat the pain. And it's been, well, almost a year. Next month will be a year. And I'm getting sick of not having any quality of life. You know, the pain sometimes gets so bad I can barely even walk. And it sucks. I don't want to gain all the weight back that I've lost, because when I first got sick, I was bedridden for a good 3 years, and I put on a ton of weight. I was over 500 pounds. Well, over the past several years, I've dropped it down. I'm about 200, give or take, depending on whether I'm retaining water really bad, which they don't understand why, and I'm on some pretty heavy water pills. But yeah. Sleeping Beauty says, I'm alive, LOL. I was in a car for 5 hours yesterday. Oh jeez. Yeah, long car rides like totally wipe me out, so I get you there. A friend and I typically once a month go up to the Native American reservation to get cigarettes and stuff like that. Everyone thinks we go there to gamble, and let me tell you, I've been gambling 3 times in my life, and it's never been on that reservation. But yeah, so, you know, round trip it's supposed to take 4 hours, but because he has to stop every half hour, you know, to use the restroom or stretch, it probably takes us a good, you know, twice as much as that, around 8 hours. And not fun. So I totally get you on the being in the car for long periods of time. So sorry about the voice. I woke up for some reason today and it's a little raspy. I don't know if it's still from the fibro flare-up or allergies, because it's been warm and there's been pollen, and our trees are already budding, which I'm a little scared about because I have a feeling we're going to get another snowstorm. But yeah, Sleeping Beauty says, oh wow, yeah, they refused to give me pain meds for 3 years. I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. Thank you. You know, my average with the pain medication, like they have that pain scale 1 to 10. With the pain medication, it was never below a 7. I've been dealing with for about a year, never being below an 8. And that's on very, 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 very good days, and those are rare. They don't take into consideration not only do I have fibromyalgia, but I have arthritis, degenerative disc disease, 2 herniated discs, and 2 bulging discs. And so my back is constantly like just screaming at me. And yeah, you gotta kind of get used to it, and then, you know, well, not really used to it, but it's like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna lay here in pain all day, every day? Or am I gonna try and force myself to get up and deal with it? And as long as it, like, doesn't, like, the pain isn't so bad that I can't walk, I try to live as normal, to me, of a life that I can. I'll never have a normal, what people consider a normal, pain-free life, ever. Sleeping Beauty says, our trees are flowering already, and but I'm in Georgia. Oh yeah, I lived in South Carolina for 2 years. And usually February, March, you can already start to swim in the lakes. And I was like always so surprised by that. Uh-oh, I got one too many of these. That's alright. I'll see what color that is and pop that back in the bag. So, yeah, I mean, South Carolina is nice for the, you know, autumn, winter, and spring months, but if you're down there during the summer, right, that was tea. Pop that there. It was like swimming through very, very hot pea soup. It was a nightmare. Alright, you'll mark off these ones. I was using a pen, but ugh. Sound of the pen scratching. Oh yeah, marker is working so much better. And I mark, what I do is I make a black and white copy of the pattern, so that way I can reuse the pattern if I want to. It's a really pretty kitty cat pattern. So that my brain doesn't go brr when I try and figure out color schemes. So you can just see the edge of Luna right here. She came down off the back. She's giving me those "Mom, you love me" eyeballs. So, but yeah, my brain goes brr if I have too much. In front of me at once. Well, I could have kept that tea out because that's what is coming up next, but that's alright. Sleeping Beauty says, yeah, it's great in the fall and winter, but spring and summer are miserable. I'm heat intolerant and photosensitive because of the lupus. I picked the wrong state. Yeah, I have the same things with my fibromyalgia. Temperature, even if I'm sitting indoors, temperature outside, if it's super cold, I'm miserable. If it's super hot, I'm miserable. I could have the heat or the air conditioning on. Weather, like, if it's going to rain or snow, it bothers me. And if I go out in the sun, in 15 minutes, I'm redder than a lobster. And a lot of that is I'm very fair-skinned and medications I'm on. Hi, Stokey Ware. How are you? Welcome on in. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. You might notice the camera blipping a little bit. I'm thinking it's either the video card now, or it does say my bit rate is unstable. So I'm wondering maybe if that might be an issue. So I'm going to talk to some tech friends and see if we can get it cleared up. Because I really do prefer the HD camera. Right now I'm using an old camera that a friend had got me so that I could do my telehealth meetings with doctors. So it's not the greatest quality, it's not the greatest color, the lighting, I've got 2 different lamps on, and it's still kind of dark. The HD one is much brighter in the color, and the picture quality is a lot better, so I would really, really, really prefer to use that. But I get this weird video blippy on the bottom half. So Stokey Ware says we can see it's fine. Alright, I just hate the blipping, which seems like it's doing a lot more often at the moment. But we'll carry on and see if maybe it clears up. I'll keep an eye on it, so you guys let me know. But how are you doing, Stokey? Are you having a good Thursday? Alright. Sleeping Beauty says, oh my god, the fibro sucks because I have Raynaud's too. So if it's super hot or super cold, my hands and feet are either white blue and hurt or bright red, swollen, itchy, and feels like they're on fire. Oh no, I'm sorry about that, Sleeping Beauty. I know a lot of people in the crafting community suffer from different disabilities and stuff, and I just hate it. If I could wave a wand and make us all feel better, I would do it in a heartbeat. Stokey Ware says, okay, waiting for a hospital appointment and watching Murder, She Wrote. Oh my gosh, I used to watch Murder, She Wrote all the time. Murder, She Wrote and Golden Girls were my go-tos back in the day. Stokey Ware says, have Raynaud's too. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I wish I could wave a wand and make everything better for everybody. I know a lot of us are struggling right now, and it sucks. It's like, give us some quality of life. I'm sure there are things out there that could help us, and either doctors don't prescribe it, or they don't know about it, or they get kickbacks from other medications that don't work. Let me tell you, I could rant for hours about the medical care system, both here and across seas. It's atrocious. Sleeping Beauty says, oh, absolutely, I'm waiting for someone to find that wand. Yeah, me too. My pain level right about now is about an 8, and as I was saying earlier, I can't take over-the-counter medications because they had me on an over-counter medication that was supposed to be only temporary, and I was on it for 10 years, and it ruined my liver. So, yeah. And maybe that's part of the reason why they're hesitant to give me anything for pain, but there's got to be something. I can't do the injections because I get really bad allergic reactions to them. I'm allergic to the fillers. But I am eligible for a scholarship at our local YMCA where I would pay either very little or nothing. And I have found when I'm in water, it eases the pain a lot while I'm in the water. Stokey Ware says, when people used to dream of fancy houses after a lottery win, these days we'd start a list of medical procedures. Yup. Hi, Squedgecraft. No worries. Welcome on in. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day today. I'm just doing latch hooking right now, so nothing major. Let me see if I can get the picture out to show y'all. Yep. That's the picture of the kitty cat latch hook. I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe. So yep, that's what we're working on today. I'm really having a lot of fun doing this, and I've actually got a whole bunch of latch work. It's like my diamond paintings. I'm starting to want to collect them. And I've probably got about 3-4 more diamond paintings besides the one I'm working on, which is also a kitty cat. Of course. So yeah, I want to get a little bit of a stockpile of latch hook. The problem is they're so expensive. Like $20+ for one. And I mean, yes, it gives me a ton of enjoyment, but I'm still trying to battle that guilt of spending any money on myself. So, hi Mel, welcome on in. How is everybody today? Hopefully you guys are doing okay. It's a bit of a dreary Thursday here. Never a lot of fun, but you know what? It is what it is. Alright. Let's get the next. I'm doing 4 at a time because I think my brain can handle the 4 at a time at the moment. So we need 8, which I think is this one. Yep, 8. So we need. Let's grab out a little bunch. Oh, that might be too much, but that's alright. We'll work with it. We'll use it, right? So there is 2 on the first row, 3 on the second row, 1, 2, 3, 4 on that second row after a little bit. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that fourth row. Sleeping Beauty says, I remember when I used to be able to get a latch kit for like $8, right? Mel Sidner says, yeah, same here, was very chilly. Gray Wander with Jethro earlier. Stokey Ware says, was nice earlier, but getting dark now. Expecting rain. We're not supposed to get rain today, but my body is feeling like, yeah, we might be getting some rain. Okay, so the next one is M, which is this yellow, I think. Yep. We'll grab out a bunch. We got 4. On this row. 7 on this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On that row, and 2 on the last row. And then the next color is T, and we got 4 on that one. So that equals 10. 3 and 7 are 10. We got one there. And then I do it this way so that way I can latch hook for a while and not keep switching back and forth the bags. This is just the way I do it. People can do it any number of ways. Sleeping Beauty says, I hope it stays sunny today. It rained for 4 days. Ugh. Yeah, rain is not fun. We're going to snooze that ad for another 5 minutes. I've got a phone call coming in, but I can call them back after stream. I made sure to mute my phone because poor headphone users, my ringtone is a very annoying alarm. And I forgot to mute it a couple times. And yeah, I felt so bad for the headphone users. Mel says, it's a day to snuggle up under a blanket no matter what. Yep. Yep. Wow, that flipping is really bad with that camera. And I even restarted my computer, you know, because people have suggested that in the past. And just, yeah, no. So it's either got to be the video card or my connection or something. And I should have excellent connection because my internet is really good. So it could possibly be something on Twitch or something, my connection to Twitch. But yeah, Sleeping Beauty says, I am excited that we're only a few days away from having German Shepherd puppies. Oh, puppies. Anything baby, I'm an animal person. Mel says, that's awesome, or that's fab, Sleeping Beauty. Yep, alright, there's the latch hook. I'm going to shift these up because I don't want to catch them when I put the hook through. Yeah, I didn't get my Luna as a kitten. She was already 2 years old when I got her, but it's alright. She was still tiny. They said she was 2, but she's grown. And normally when they're 2, they're all done with their growing. But since I've had her, she's gotten a little bigger because I've noticed the pictures from when I first got her to, you know, current ones, and she looked tiny when I got her, so I don't know if that's accurate. If it is, she'll be 5 next month, which, yes, I am doing a birthday stream for her. It's more of a when she came home to me because I got her at the shelter. She was a rescue and everything like that, so they don't know her exact birthday. So I just used the day she came home to me as her birthday. And she's going to have a kitty cat tuna cake, and I'm going to get her a kitty tower with different little platforms on it, because she already has a kitty castle, and I do not have the room for another one, as much as she would probably like to have another one. It's weird, she doesn't use the little cubby holes at all, so probably getting another castle would be a waste of money. So we'll get her a kitty tower because she likes to perch on things. Stokey says we expect many photos at Sleeping Beauty. Mel says yes, puppy spam, absolutely. Sleeping Beauty says I can't see what colors we get. It should be a rainbow litter. And oh, I love that. And yay, adoptiversary. Yep. Stokey Ware says, last Monday was 1 year since I got my hens, so me and my mom celebrated it at Costa. Awesome. Sleeping Beauty says, I love gotcha day parties. Yep, me too. So she's going to be even more spoiled than she already is. I finally was able to put away the laptop because she enjoys watching Twitch with me now. Especially the crafting streamers. She does have a little kitty crush on a gentleman I watch at night that games. He has 3 cats. And of course she picks the one that isn't the brightest crayon in the box. She absolutely loves her little bear. His 3 cats, he has a tuxedo one, a black one, and a kind of like a gray and white one. And the gray and white one is Bear Bear, and she just absolutely adores him. The other kitty cats can be on stream, and she's like, yeah, whatever. But the second he says Bear Bear or Bear Bear gets on that screen, it doesn't matter if she's dead asleep in the bedroom. She comes skittering out of that bedroom and hops on my lap and wants to love on the screen. Hello, Dizzy Mouse. Welcome in. How are you doing? Alright, that's the last snooze I can do on my side, so ads will be coming in about 5 minutes. I apologize for that. It's just a short little ad break, like a minute. But, you know, if you need to, get up, stretch, get something to drink or snack on, use the restroom. We'll be back. Ads are an unfortunate, necessary evil on Twitch. I get they need their money and their ad revenue and all that, but, you know, I don't know. They should make it more customizable for us streamers, so we're not getting ads like half an hour in. Because you're really just kind of starting then, you know, within that first half hour. I'm hanging in there, Dizzy Mouse. I'm a little bit of a pain today. But, well, a little bit, you know, a little bit for for what I go through. But I've got a pillow behind my back, and hopefully that'll help. It's already starting to kind of ache a little more, but within the hour mark, I'm going to take a little break and do my stretches and see if that helps, and go from there. My Nyx is doing the butt wiggle. Oh, I love the butt wiggles. Luna will come up and snuggle with me at night on the bed. And we gotta snuggle for at least half an hour before she's satisfied. And then she'll sit there for a minute or two and kind of chill. And then I'll feel her do the little butt wiggle on, you know, the kitty cat butt wiggle, like when they're about to pounce something. And then she launches herself off my bed. And it's so adorable and everything, and it's like, you know, cats are the best. So, at least my Luna is. I've met some pretty jerk cats in my life, and Luna's more snuggly than the typical cat. I mean, she will snuggle 24/7 if I let her. Yeah, she's back on the back of the chair here. I almost said couch. I don't own a couch. But yeah, she's chilling out on the back watching me work. But I mean, she's wonderful entertainment, you know, especially after she's been solar powering for the day, because then she'll like get the zoomies. Oh, here she comes down. I feel her moving. We might get some demands. Yep, she's chatting at me. She's like, Mom, I know you're talking about me and you just looked at me. Now I need attention. And it's like, oh, baby girl, I love you. You can see just her paws on the stream here. Yeah, this definitely does not capture the light like it should. Yep, she's right here. Hold on. There's our mascot, our star of the show. Yep, you just had treats, little one. So unless someone redeems it, I'm not giving you any more. It's getting hard to see your back feet. Yeah. Sleeping Beauty says, we have a couple like that. They will literally try to climb up our nose to get attention. Yep. Yep. She's like, give me love now. And then other cats that, you know, I've met, not all of them, you know, they just as much rip off your arm to let you touch them. Or they'll want attention and, you know, bug you until you give them attention, and the second you give, you give attention, you're pulling back a bloody stump. You know, it's like, okay, cat, make up your mind. Do you want to be touched or do you not want to be touched? chat incoming in about 5 minutes. Sleepy Beauty says hi. Yep. She's gonna have some, or her doggy's gonna have some puppies soon. Yeah, you're gonna love to see those pictures. Yeah. She was raised with a bunch of cats and dogs. Came from a hoarding situation, which was just awful. And, which is why I'm so surprised she's so snuggly and cuddly with me. She was at the shelter for 2 years, like I said, and wouldn't let anybody touch her. And, yeah, I see you licking your lips. I see you licking your lips. But, when I came in, she was, like, all over me. And it just really kind of shocked them. And ever since I brought her home, she has not been a shy kitty. She has been a very loving and snuggly, and sometimes I call her Nurse Luna, because if I'm really sick, she'll check in on me, and, you know, I mean, she even, like, puts her paw on my wrist, like she's checking my pulse. She'll put her head to my chest like she's listening to my heart. She'll pat my face like she's checking my temperature. So, part of me wonders if she was a nurse in a past life. That being said, she also has to check every time I flush the toilet, so I also wonder if she was a plumber in the past. So, a plumber nurse, that's something, isn't it? Stokey says she was waiting for you, of course. Mel says, oh yeah, she knew you were her human. She knew her person would find her. Yep. Yep. She wouldn't even let any of the other cats get anywhere near me. Like, she would put her paw up or in their face and be like, no, my human. Back off. Is it you want some snuggles, honey? Let me put in this last one and I'll give you some cuddles. Be prepared, she's going to disappear because, again, I have on black pants. I really need to remember not to wear them. Come on. Yeah. She's like, you talk how much I want to snuggle and like to snuggle. Well, then snuggle me. Yep. Oh, Stokey, you redeemed giving her treats. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. What would you like, a licky, sticky, or crunchy? I'm sorry, Stokey. For some reason, my alerts and updates aren't letting me know. So, yep, she's got a couple different kind of licky treats. She's got 2 different kind of sticky treats and 2 different kind of crunchy treats. And we can do it after the ad, so that way you guys get to see it full screen and not through the tiny little ad window they give us. Licky? Alright. She loves her lickies. Oh, she knows I'm getting into the... Alright, let's see what kind of lickies we've got. We've got salmon. We've got more salmon. We've got chicken. We've got a bunch of chicken. Let's give her chicken. Thank you, Sleeping Beauty. Oh, she showed her butt. She wants to be on only feline like Magrat. But, well, we got about a minute before the ad starts, so that should be enough time to give her licky. Yeah, she's my gorgeous little baby girl. She does have a little clip on the one ear from what shelters do with strays and what's the word? When they give up a cat, or they get cats from hoarding situations. When they spay or neuter them, they will take a little notch out of their ear. So that just means that she's been fixed. Yes, honey, I'm trying. Can people see what you're doing? Oh. Squid says, speaking of, I need to run the vets, but I'll be right back. Okay. No worries, Squudge. I'm hoping to be able to stream for a little bit today. So give your kitties my love and tell them Auntie Ams loves them. surrender. Thank you. Thank you, Sleeping Beauty. I'm not sure if you can see her eating, but I promise you she's just licking away and trying to chew on it when I'm not pushing out the treat fast enough for her. I gotta get down to so we can squeeze up. So this type of treat, which is Pure Balance, it's a little thicker so it's not as messy. So she doesn't get it all over her face. The new ones I got I think are Temptations, and that's a little bit more of a loose type. This is a little more like yogurt. But she says, "Thank you, Auntie Stokey." Yes. Auntie Stokey got this for you. Are you done? Sometimes she's like, "I'm done," before the licky's all done. But yep, she ate it all this time. Sleeping Beauty says, "We can see her going to town." Alright, and we are hopefully back from ads. There we go. There you go. You got your licky treat. So Heware says, "Yeah, I'll thank her later," she says. Mel says, "Jethro woke me up from my nap for no reason just now. He must have known I was missing your stream. He's back to snuggling up on the sofa again now." Aww. Aww. Hello, Jethro. Yep, it's all gone, Luna. I'm sorry. There'll be more, I promise. You know you get spoiled all day. Whether I'm streaming or not, you get spoiled. You know that. I'm probably going to have to share my breakfast, well, brunch with you. It's a little bit late for breakfast right now. Sleeping Beauty says, "We have the delectable licky treats." Cool. And ads are done. Yay. Mel says, "Oh, he tries his best, Stokey." Again, I apologize for my voice right now. It is like, ugh. It's kind of rough. But again, I don't know whether it's allergies or fibro. Yeah, the butterfly pattern's just a light pink today, so it's probably just allergies. Mel asks, "You not had your breakfast yet?" Not yet. I woke up with a bit of a sour tummy, and I only woke up a little bit ago, and I always have to wait like 2 to 3 hours before I eat something, or else my stomach gets really mad. So I will definitely get something to eat after stream though, or I might treat myself to a little something. I've got crackers and chocolate and a few other things, so I might treat myself to a little something during stream. Oh, look at there, her eyes. She's looking at you guys like, "Please, please feed me again. I'm so abused. Mama never feeds me." She's trying to suck her belly in. Because you can see a little bit of her foot. So she's sucking her belly in like, "I'm starving." But give her a couple minutes and that little bit of back foot is going to disappear. You won't be able to see it. "I know you're starving. You poor thing. I feel so bad for you." She's like, "Stop picking on me, Mom. It's not funny." Dizzy Mouse says, "Luna, I'm saving my points just for you." Mel says, "Haha, Luna, you can't fool us. Wait a little while." Yeah, she's Believe me, guys, this cat is not starving. She has crunchy food out all day. I give her treats all day. I have to share my meals with her. And then around about 11 o'clock at night, and let me tell you, this cat can tell time. If I am just a few minutes past 11, she starts to let me know. But yeah, about 11 o'clock she gets her wet food, which is, a special part that she needs for her diet and stuff, being, the breed of cat that she is. She needs a little more protein, and the crunchies, by the time you get it to your cat food bowl, there's not much protein or anything like that really nutritious available in that. It's mostly almost like ash. Sleeping Beauty says she's clearly wasting away. Yep, you'll see her tap my arm every once in a while. And that's her like, come on, feed me, or come on, love me, I'm warning you. So she knows she's loved. She just acts like she's not spoiled rotten. She just wants the attention, right? You were like, yep, I am queen of this house. I am the goddess. You shall worship me, and you are just my slave. Yeah, clearly wasting away, Her feet sometimes stick out at an angle, like, I almost call it like the penguin, or the pigeon, because her belly will sit down and push her feet out. And yeah, oh, you want to curl up on the lap now. I see how it is. You've digested, or working on digesting your treats, and now you want love. Oh, Jethro behaves like he's never eaten when he hears next door outside because he knows he'll get treats for him through the fence, Mel says. Dizzy Mouse says she's tugging at our heartstrings by looking right into the camera. Such a gorgeous girl. Oh, thank you, Dizzy Mouse. Yeah, it's hard to say no to this little girl, especially with, how her first few years of life was. If you can imagine being in a tiny little studio type house. It was like literally one big room and a bathroom. And this man had 60 cats, 40 dogs, and a bunch of other little critters. That to me is not quality of life for any animal. So, yeah. So it's hard for me to say no to her, knowing that's what she was brought up in. Hence why she has 10 million toys, several different kinds of treats, several different kind of wet food, her kitty palace, her own laptop. How many animals can you say have, their own laptop? Mel says, oh God, that sounds awful. Oh yeah. I could only imagine. No wonder she didn't want anyone really touching her for those 2 years she was in the shelter. Dizzy Mouse says, our 2 kitties came from a similar situation, but they were unborn kittens when they got taken away. They were born in the rescue center. Okay. Well, there's at least that thankful situation, but the mama cat, you worry. Sleeping Beauty says, oh God, that's horrible. Yeah. Yep. Mel Steiner says, animal hoarders confuse me. They love them so much, yet they let them suffer like that. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't even see the floor of this place, from what I understand, between the excrement and trash and just crap. And I understand hoarding is, a mental health issue. I understand that. But, if they love these animals so much, why would they put them through these horrific conditions? I don't understand that. And I try not to judge because, I have mental health issues. I suffer from PTSD, depression, and anxiety. So I understand there are times that, it's hard to keep your house up and it's hard to be interested in doing anything. I actually got Luna because my therapist wanted me to have an emotional support animal. And let me tell you, she has rescued me as much as I rescued her, you know. So, yeah. You can see that little clip part of her ear. She's like, I might let you craft again, Mom. I don't know. I need attention. She's like, the camera's on. You talked about me. So I've got to, show up for my adoring fans. Stokieware says, some people start these things as a rescue type situation and they can't say no or end up with too many. Yeah, I've seen that happen as well, And, it's unfortunate because, people with good intentions, want to rescue and save these animals because, they're already in a bad situation, and then all of a sudden they're in the situation that they were trying to rescue these animals from. And that's why, I could never work at a shelter because I would want to bring every cat home. So our apartment complex that I live in has a very strict rule. Mind you, most people break it. But it would be my luck that they would say, oh, you have one too many pets, you got to get out. We're only supposed to have one pet. Again, many people have much more than that. We did have a neighbor that had 8 cats, which she got away with it because her therapist kept saying, yep, she needs another cat, yep, she needs another cat, yep, she needs another cat. So, I wish that I could have a second one for Luna, so that way she has someone to play with and she's not lonely when I'm not home. Let me tell you, if I go somewhere, even if it's just to go down to get my mail, she, when I come back up, she acts like I've been gone forever. Mel Steiner says, I verge on hoarding, but I make sure I clear out every so often to make sure I don't get like that. I still have way too much stuff, but I try to keep it organized. Yeah, I have way too much arts and crafts stuff. I understand that, and my Halloween and Christmas decorations are on the verge of being a little bit too much, but I figure my arts and crafts are my therapy. They help make me happy. They give me something to do, so I don't feel like I'm just a waste of space. So I allow myself to, to get the, that extra little craft thing that I might want. And of course, I'm always going to find uses for everything and use it. Stokieware says, I think I'm past on the verge. Mel says, gee, sounds like a terrible therapist. Yeah. Stokieware says, Mel Steiner says, LOL, Stokey, do you need to stage an intervention? And Sleeping Beauty agrees, says that therapist sounds awful. Yeah. Like I said, my current therapist, here, go play with your stick. Go play with your stick. But I also have to take into consideration it's hard enough for me to take care of one cat. If I get a second cat for Luna, like a companion or something, I'll have double the work, having to do the kitty litter and make sure that they're fed and taken care of. And because for me, my animals always come first. I'm always secondary. And, that's, Luna eats better than I do. She's taken care of health-wise better than I am. So, for me, when you take on an animal or a pet, you're taking on that responsibility and commitment to make sure that animal lives a happy, healthy life. And, some people don't get that. They don't understand that they're just not a toy. I know people that have seen animals as toys, and they live horrible lives. And I don't have a problem turning them in. I warn them first. I'm like, you need to start taking care of your animals or you're going to lose them. Mel says, I'm always better at helping others organize and clear out than at doing my own Stokey. Yep. I'm actually thinking about what Squudge does to get me motivated and actually get things done. Streaming my organization and cleanup. You guys can't see the other part of my craft table. It's a folding table. It's easily about 6 foot long folding table. And it is just chocked full of stuff. And then next to me I have another craft table that is probably a good 30 to 32 inches long, and that is chocked full of stuff. Underneath it I've got arts and crafts stuff. Next to me I've got arts and crafts stuff. So it's literally like a craft explosion has happened in my apartment. And yeah. Dizzy Mouse says I need to lurk for a bit. Okay, Dizzy, enjoy your lurk. Sleeping Beauty says same at Mouse. I wonder if I get overwhelmed with mine. I don't feel that way with other stuff. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I have a friend that moved in and she's still unpacking over a year later, but she also has a ton of stuff that for the last 6 years she was supposed to do a rummage sale, and her boyfriend was supposed to take stuff up to his property so that she can do a rummage sale because she lives in an apartment. You think he's helped move hardly anything up to his property so she can have that rummage sale? No. Now, mind you, she moved from a big farmhouse down to like a 1-bedroom apartment. So yeah, she has a ton of stuff she needs to sell. So she's almost floor to ceiling, and she's like, I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm like, well, when I get better, let me come over and I help. You know, and over the past year, I've gone over a couple times and been able to help her out. And she's very short. She's like 4'10". So these boxes I help get down for her just to have to be careful with my back and make sure I'm having a very good day. But I don't get overwhelmed at her place. My place, I take a look around and I'm like, you know, it's not anywhere a tenth of what she has. I look around and I just get exhausted because I get so overwhelmed with everything that needs to get done. So in the future, we will be doing a decluttering / cleaning / organizing stream. So make sure you guys tune in for that. So, alright, she has gone off to play or nap. I'm not sure which. So I can start crafting again. I am getting a little bit hungry, so it's been an hour already. Wow. I might nibble on some crackers while I work on this. I don't feel like I need to stretch just yet. I might do a little mini stretch here in the chair. Back is at about the same pain level as when I started. Oh, got caught up there. So we'll finish this row and then I'll do a stretch and get into my little snacky drawer and pull out some crackers. They're peanut butter crackers, so they have protein in with them. Like Luna, I need extra protein in my diet, but that's mostly because of the, health issues I have. So they say people with fibromyalgia need a little bit more protein than normal people, and that's just, due to pain. A lot of us don't get down to the sleep levels we need, so we don't get the healing we need, and that extra little bit of protein helps with that healing. So. Mel says, yeah, having that bit of motivation from others really helps. It does. Sleeping Beauty says it definitely does, Mel. Mel says, I did that for a friend of mine when she had to clear her house ready for a rewire and plumbing. Yep. And again, everybody, I appreciate y'all being here today. Even though I don't seem to have the greatest connection, I don't know what's going on there, but it could be anything with Twitch. Like I said, I know with my internet, I should not have any issues for the amount I pay for internet, but you never know. Never know. Mel says, I've not heard that about the extra protein. Yeah. I've noticed a little bit of a difference. especially in my hair and nails. I still have super thin, fine hair, but my nails don't break as much too. So protein, is good for a few different things. They also say pineapple and pineapple juice is good to help with your joints and joint pain and stuff like that. So that's also something to consider is pineapple. I have to be careful because I am diabetic, and pineapple is probably one of the worst things besides watermelon. For your sugars. So I just have to be a little careful about that. Hi, Strawberry. Strawberry Riot. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? I'm hanging in there. I'm dealing with a little bit of pain due to the weather and whatnot, but definitely doing better than when I was yesterday. How are you? How did you find us? Today we're just doing a little bit of latch hooking. It's a kitty cat latch hook project. It's got butterflies and whatnot on it. Just marking off the rows I just did. A Strawberry Riot says, I could be better. It's 4 a.m. and I have not slept. Oh no, I definitely have. I've been through that. Strawberry Riot says, found through the Makers and Crafting tag. Well, welcome on in. I'm a variety crafter. At the moment, I'm, like I said, working on a latch hook. Let's see here. Go back a little bit here. Sleeping Beauty says, yeah, they found through my sleep studies that I don't spend enough time in the stage required for dreaming, which makes sense because I hardly ever dream. I usually sleep for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Oh, I know how that goes, Sleeping Beauty. Mel says, glad. I love pineapple, LOL. Don't eat it often, but do when I find some that isn't too expensive. Yeah, it can be expensive. Mel Sinder says, oof, Sleeping Beauty, that's not good. Hope you can find ways to help it. Strawberry Riot says, looks epic. Thank you. Mel says, uh-oh, another who struggles to sleep properly. Yep. Strawberry Riot says, my pain has been too bad to sleep lately. Yep, painsomnia is a thing, people. Just a second, Strawberry, and I'll show you what it's a pillow cover. And that is what it's supposed to look like. What I do is photocopy in black and white the pattern so I can mark off the squares that I do. But it's a little black kitty. I had a black cat who passed in 2018. I had him for 16 years. So I'm doing this piece as a memorial for him. Whenever he would shed his whiskers, I would keep it. And so what I'm going to do is put his little whiskers in with the stuffing in this once I'm done. And it's going to be like a little memorial piece for him. So, Strawberry Riot says, spending most of my nights on that bathroom floor. Oh, yeah. Yep, for me it's mostly in bed because I can't sleep on anything hard. Strawberry Riot says, yo, I love it. Yeah, I love this piece. It's really cool. I got it for my birthday gift for myself back in December and then just started working on it. Mel says, oh, bless you at Strawberry Riot. That's not good. Hope you can find something to help ease it too. Strawberry Riot says, also, can I just say I love your voice? It's a little more raspy today, but that's, due to my allergies and stuff. So I normally have a little bit smoother of a voice. Sleeping Beauty says, it's going to look so good. Thank you, guys. I've been wanting to do something as a memorial piece for him for a while. His name was Ashton. I got him when my friend lives out in the country, and someone was speeding down this back country road, chucking things from his window, going about 90 miles an hour. Come to find out, it was a litter of kittens and the mama cat. He was the only one to survive. Strong little fellow, let me tell you. His eyes weren't even open, but they were already infected. He was emaciated. He had pneumonia. We weren't even sure he was going to survive. Sleeping Beauty says, I'm so sorry, Strawberry Riot. We all understand the pain for sure. I hope you get some relief. Yes. A lot of people here deal with chronic pain. So we definitely understand. Strawberry Riot says, I'll be right back. All right. No problem. We will be here. Thank you for joining us. Mel Signer says, having a Phoebe moment with a sexy croaky voice. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's funny, I used to work at a call center, and the amount of people that told me that I could work on one of those 1-900 sex lines was astounding. But anyways, yeah, back to Ashton. So my friend couldn't keep him because her 2 female kitties wanted to kill him. And she asked me if I would take him in because she knows she knows I'm really good with cats. Sorry, just brushing off this extra fuzz yarn. And what I'm doing is keeping the fuzz for when I do needle felting. But yeah, she asked me if I would take care of him. I wound up having to bottle feed him. He was so tiny he could fit in my hand. I worked overnights at that time, so I knew my husband at the time would not take care of him. So I would just stuff him in my bra and take him to work with me and do his feedings at work and take care of him and stuff like that for work. My managers loved it. They called him the little overnight mascot. And they would come by with like little tiny treats once he started getting better and feed him treats. And they're like, I feel weird stuffing treats down your shirt, but there's a cat in there, so, if anybody asks, we're feeding the cat, not your boobs. Mel says, evil man, glad that puss cat survived. Yeah, I mean, she was peeling kittens out of her trees. And that breaks my heart so bad. And I want that man, to have karma. And, yeah. Hopefully it caught up to him. And, but yeah, she, gave me Ashton, and for a kitty cat that we didn't think was going to survive, he lived 16 years. Maybe in my Discord later, I'll post some pictures of my Ashton for you guys. But yeah, he was my little man. Never forgot that he grew up in a bra, because when he got older, if there was a bra to steal, he would steal it and put it in his kitty hoard. So if I ran out of bras, I knew I had to move the couch and rescue a couple of my bras. He would constantly try to, stuff his head down my shirt to try and crawl into the bra that I was wearing. So, yeah, and I mean, he was just a lover. He loved everybody. Would snuggle on you and give hugs and kisses, and his meow, I think because he had the pneumonia and he was so sick, he could never do a real meow. It was just tiny little beeps. So his nickname was Beeper. And of course, when he got older, he became chunky, so I also called him Buddha Bear. So yeah, he was my little Buddha Bear baby. He loved having his belly rubbed, and just an absolute sweetheart of a little kitty cat. It absolutely wrecked me when he passed, because, he was like a child to me. I can't have children, so my fur babies are my babies. And, I went into a really bad depression when he passed. It took me 3 years until a therapist was able to finally convince me to get another cat. And now I have my Luna. Which, when I brush her, I have learned you can use your cat fur and dog fur. So when I brush her, you can use your animal fur for felting as well. So that was one brushing, by the way, folks. She super shed that day. Yep, we're going to start another jar soon. Yep. So that was my Ashton. You know, everybody loved him. Even people who didn't like cats loved him. Just because he was such a sweet, sweet boy. So, yep. His whiskers I have saved in a special little place so I don't lose them. And of course, you know, I sometimes forget where that special place is. So, yep. Oh, Luna's back. Yep, I'm talking about your brother. I know, I'm petting the rug and I'm not, well, not rug, the pillowcase, and I'm not petting you. I am an evil, horrible woman. Yep, I'm not a good slave. But you can supervise. Yes. You can supervise. She's like, but Mom, I want love-ins. You have not given me 8 million pets yet. Yep. So, yep, here's Luna. Let me do... Oh. So, it says, Goddess Luna is the mascot of the stream. She rules over the home and all of her craft her human creates. She will allow her human to give her cuddles, but truth is, Luna loves to snuggle and always wants her human to smile. Mrs. Mad Ronan wrote that up for me, and I think she did an excellent job. Sleeping Beauty says, my son's chihuahua is curled up next to me on the end of the heating pad. Aww. Yeah, Luna loves electric blankets and heating pads. You know, especially during the winter because it gets so cold up here in New York. This winter it's been kind of weird. We get flip-flopping, you know, it's like Mother Nature is going through menopause. One day it'll be like 20 degrees out, and the next day it'll be 60 degrees out, and yep. Stokey Ware says they always find the heating source at Sleeping Beauty. Yes, they do. You know. Yep. Okay, you're gonna curl up. You stomped on my belly and legs enough. I call her my little stomper sometimes because her, you know, she'll stomp with her hind feet. Especially when she starts to knead. I don't know if, you know, anyone else experiences this, but my cat will knead, if I have a blanket on my lap, she will knead that blanket for hours. And then she'll get so into kneading that her back feet will start to stomp and knead too, and it's usually on my boob or my belly because I get the butt up in the face, you know. She's got to give her mom her hugs. And, yeah. So, I always like, and I don't know how, like, if it's on purpose or it's just she's so into it she's zoning out, but she will always stomp on one of my nipples. And it's like, ow, kitty, just move down a couple inches, please, just, please. Stokey Ware says, going to have to go. Catch you all later. Okay, Stokey Ware, you have a wonderful day. I hope you see you later. Thank you so much for joining me. I super appreciate it, and I hope you feel better. And, you know, like I said, if I could wave a wand and make us all feel better, I would do it in a heartbeat. Sleeping Beauty says, I've made so many sweaters for him. He's only 5 pounds, so he gets cold easily. Yeah. Luna's probably a good 10 to 15 pounds. I'm not sure. We haven't weighed her in a while. But, yeah. She's a big kitty. She's supposed to be the size of a Maine Coon, but we think she was the runt of the litter. She's definitely not the size of a Maine Coon, but she's definitely a little bit bigger than a regular house cat. The shelter, because she had the stubby tail, wanted to make sure that what breed she was and that it wasn't just an accident, because there were charges being filed against the man that was hoarding all the animals, and if there was abuse they wanted to make sure, you know, whether or not Luna had been abused or not. And when the blood work came back, she came back pure blood Manx. Hi Shadow Wolf, welcome on in. How are you doing? As you can see, we're working on our latch hook right now. So at the moment we're just kind of taking a little bit of a break. I might take a stretch here in a second. because I am starting to kind of feel my back seize up a little bit. So we might go to break, just for a brief little bit, but I promise we'll be back. So I'm just trying to gather up the spoons to get up. Shadow Wolf says, doing fine. The appointment I finished early for canceled on us. Oh no. I hate when they do that. It's like, you schedule an appointment, you take the time to go there or get ready to go there, and the next thing you know, it's canceled last minute. And that sucks. Mel Sliner says, typical. Yep. Sleeping Beauty says, ugh, go figure, Shadow Wolf. Yep. I had a therapy appointment yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Tuesday. And they last minute rescheduled on me, but that's alright. It's, she pushed it out for 2 weeks, and just going to be part of the slew of doctor's appointments I have over the next couple of weeks. Mel Sawyer says, that good timing. I need to feed Jethro. I'm going to put the kettle on for me too. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to our Be Right Back screen. And we'll go from there. Enjoy this music. Solar Hawk created this music, so if you enjoy, let them know. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. I stretched my back out and it did that like xylophone pipe pop thing all the way from the base of my neck down to my hips. Not quite sure if that's a good thing yet or not. Hey, no bite. And we'll see. At the moment it feels like the pressure's kind of lifted off, but it's like you wait that couple of seconds to wait and see if that was a mistake. But yeah, so we're gonna wait here a second to see if Little Miss is gonna continue to be a little bit of a brat, because she knows if she bites she has to get down. She sometimes has these little bit of hissy fits, and it's very rare, and when she bites it's not usually too bad, It's just kind of like, hey, pay attention to me, I'm here. I've warned you enough. And nope, we don't play that game. We don't allow biting, do we? Yeah, you can give me those bedroom eyes all you want, but you know. So it still looks like my connection is unstable. Like I said, it shouldn't be. I had hoped it would level out and become stable, but so far it hasn't. But that's alright. For what we're doing, it's fine. It's not like I'm playing a game that, takes up a whole bunch of resources and needs to be in HD. I'm just kind of doing crafting and chatting along and being harassed by the cat. So, oh, I forgot to grab the crackers. And if I try to grab them, she will definitely try to eat me. Are you gonna let me? Yep. I've got some crackers. So I'll try not to munch too much because I hate it when streamers eat and then they talk around the food in their mouth. So I'll try to take small bites and that way you guys aren't left in silence with me chewing. What are you doing, crazy girl? You're drooling is what you're doing, and I'm not even touching you. Oh, adjust a little bit in this chair. Oh. Yeah, for those of you that have heard me talk about the butterfly pattern, it's right here usually, and it can be super red, and you can see it's a very light pink today, so it's not my fibro that's like acting up with my voice. It's definitely allergies, which lovely time of year is allergies. Alright, let's see if I can break that and not make too much mess. Make little bites. She's like, Mom, you're eating and you're not feeding me? Maybe I'll give you some crunchies. Mel says, haha, she wants some of your crackers, crazy kitty. Yeah, she doesn't like them. Alright, come on, let's... I'll give you some crunchies. Now, she will not take these treats out of my hand, nor the stickies. I have to put them down in her treat dish. Wow, we really are getting low. I might have to put in that order tonight. Not do it tomorrow and do it tonight. She's getting some 9 lives. These were ones she got for Christmas, and we're almost all the way through them. Oh, Mulsigner says, give Luna treats. Yep. She got her treats. So there, say thank you, Auntie Mel. Say thank you, Auntie Mel. Because it's so dark on the floor, you're not going to be able to really see her. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, no, you can't see her. Oh, no, you see her a little bit. You see her butt. But, yep. You get to see her butt. Well, no, I'm guessing that shadow, and that's, it's not really all that red. It just looked that way on the screen. I mean, the butterfly pattern is almost always there. It's just different shades of pink and red, depending on how bad it is. Mel says, oh, that's fine. I know she's enjoying them. Yep. Oh, kitty cat butt wiggle. That's so cute, Mel. I love it. Oh, for Luna's birthday, I looked over and I saw my tarot deck boxes. Luna's birthday. Courtesy of Luna, Mama will be giving free tarot readings that day. So you won't have to use a redeem to do a tarot reading. It's a special event, and all special events I do tarot readings for free. So we will be doing the kitty cat tuna birthday cake for her. Probably unwrapping and building her kitty tower. And doing tarot readings. So, yep. If we do any crafting that day, I might, do a giveaway. We're not sure yet. It just depends on, how long we're going to be able to. That's a crafty lady kitty. Oh, cool. Welcome back, Squudge. Thank you for joining us again. Hopefully the trip wasn't too bad of a one. I know anytime I have to go out anywhere, it's always I get anxiety attacks because I don't know how I'm going to be while I'm out, and I don't know how much pain I'm going to be when I get home. So it's always do I really want to go out? So, yep. See, Mel? Streamer is feeding herself too. Squidcraft says, yeah, it was okay, just struggling today, so it was a lot of effort, but they are more than worth the effort. Oh, I agree. Like if Luna is out of food or treats, I don't care how bad I'm doing, she comes first. There's been very rare few times she's ever missed out on her wet food. If she has, it's because I've been like so sick I can't even get out of bed. But if I can get out of that bed, you better believe that, Luna's being taken care of. So like I said, I see it as, she is my responsibility. I need to take care of her and make sure she's healthy and happy. And yeah, spoiled. I'm a bad human. I spoil her. Mel Signer says, oh, bless you, Squudge. We always do more for our furry overlords than we do for ourselves. So true. So true. So, yep. Oh, goodness. Again, I apologize for my voice, guys. Yep. So, right now it's 46 degrees out. I don't think it's going to get much warmer than that. Otherwise, I'd have my window open and airing out the apartment, but that's kind of a catch-22 because I'm allergic to dust, but I'm also allergic to so many different kind of pollens, and right now it's pollen palooza right now because it's been so warm. I mean, even our trees are budding. So, Squidgecraft says they are gods and goddesses. They deserve to be spoiled. Yep, there's a saying that says cats were once worshipped as gods and goddesses, and they have not forgotten this. Mel Signer says, no need to apologize, Am. Okay, well, as long as you guys can understand and hear me, that's mostly what I'm more concerned about. So, alright. We are starting with the color V. This is a really pretty purple. I wish my camera could capture it. It's almost like an iridescent purple. So, if there's any extra of that color, I'm going to fluff it for needle felting and keep it as its own color. Alright, so we need 4 V's. So because I do quadrants in 10, and I do 4 rows at a time, this last row is only going to have two rows that I pull out and do. Mel says, oh yeah, I can hear you just fine, hon. Okay, excellent. I always worry about quality because, I don't know, if I'm watching someone else's stream, it's not a huge deal. But for me, because I'm OCD and I, have those brain squirrels, like the flashing of the camera is driving me nuts. Oh look, I finally got excellent connection. Let's see if the camera acts up. Because if it doesn't act up, then it's definitely the connection that's causing the blipping. Nope, just blipped. So yeah, it's either my video card, my driver, maybe even what I have, the settings. Yeah, it's blipping. Oh, I hate that. I'm sorry, guys. I hope it's not bothering you too much. But you'll see like the lower quadrant of the screen has this like visual effect that kind of blips every once in a while. And I just don't know. I don't know what's causing it. I've tried all kinds of things. I've updated my drivers. Maybe I'll take a, talk to somebody who's tech savvy and see, if it's the video card or if it's the settings I have the webcam on. But wow, it's really freaking out right now. That upsets me. Or as my friend Tiff says, it pisses me off in that voice. It's like, yeah. But I don't know. It does it with both cameras, so that tells me it's either a setting or the video card. Which is not cool. Alright. T is the next one. Are those all T's? Yes. T is our next color. I think that's 8. Yep, this is T. And there's going to be a lot of T's. Mel Signer says, haha, improper New Yorker voice. Yeah, everyone, like, with me being in New York, everyone thinks I say coffee, like coffee. No, I say coffee. There's a little bit of an awe there, but not like coffee, or they think I say ka. No, I say car. The coffee and the ka is more of a Bronx and Jersey accent than it is, an upstate New York one. So, New York City, the Bronx, and Jersey are just a tiny little bit. You have it's more shaped like that. All of this is New York too, and no, we don't sound like that. When I moved to Seattle, there were people that didn't believe I was from New York because I didn't have the quote-unquote New York accent. So, let's see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that row. 5 for that row. And then, oh gosh, 7 for the next row, because that's all that's on that top row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's funny though. Like, even going across the United States, everyone thinks that they have that Bronx or Jersey accent for New York. And it's like, no, there's a whole other state. Or they think when you say New York, you're from New York, that you're from the city. And it's like, no, New York City, like, okay, say that's, New York. Okay, the city is like down over here, and it's a very tiny little spot, and then all the rest of the upper is the rest of New York State. And, it's not all city. We have a lot of rural areas. We've got a lot of woodlands and fields and forests, nature reserves and stuff like that. So it's not all city. Yeah, we have Binghamton and Albany and Syracuse. Those are some bigger cities too. And, yeah. There's a whole nother state, people. Mel Signer says, yeah, same as people who think all Yorkshire people should sound a certain way. Don't get me wrong, I have the twang and miss out some of my letters, but I'm nowhere near as strong as I could be. Yep. Yep. It's funny because when I lived in South Carolina for that 2 years, I picked up a little bit of Southern, so there's now some words that I find that I'm saying in like a Southern accent a little bit, even though I've been back here like 5 years? 4 or 5 years? Wow, it's been that long. Almost 5 years. So, yeah. My friend who lives down in, it's either Mississippi or Alabama. I always mess that up. She'll now say things like cut off the light, which means turn off the light, or cut on the light, which means turn it on. So it's fun to kind of hear some of the colloquialisms that she's picked up since being down there. Alright, let's see here. What is on that bottom? 4 8s. That's the T. There's our 8. And a lot of these colors in this project are so close to one another. Sometimes, like, my brain will, go derp. And it's like, okay, what was I just working on? Help brain, please. So, yep. Mel says, I've always soaked up accents like a sponge. Yep. Yep. People used to think I was making fun of them, and I'm like, I'm sorry, no, I pick up accents really easily. In talking to you, my brain just kind of clicks, and I start to sound like the person I'm talking to. Which was always fun working in call centers. The only fun part about it, I guess. Well, I did have some interesting phone calls. I used to work for Verizon Wireless Tech Support. And speaking of accents, there was this guy that called in from like the deep bayou of Louisiana. And the general gist I got was somehow an alligator had ate his phone, and he wanted to know if that was covered under warranty. And I'm like, no, alligator digestion is not covered by warranty, but if you have insurance, we can get you a replacement phone. And yeah, he was every other word I could barely understand, and I just heard gator in 8. So I got the gist of that call pretty quick. That being said, we had really nasty customers, and they didn't understand that, yes, I was on the other end of the line, but it was not my fault that you messed up your phone or something bad happened to your phone. So when they would start to scream, I'm like, look, screaming at me is going to be like trying to nail Jello to a tree. It's not going to get you anywhere, and you're only going to get even more frustrated. And my coaches loved that would be what I would use to try and diffuse the customer. And you had started teaching it in their training. But yeah, yelling at people on the other end of the line, seriously, it's like trying to nail Jello to a tree. You're not going to get anywhere with them. Chances are they're not going to have any interest in helping you. And it's not their actual fault that whatever's going wrong is going wrong that you called in on for. It's not like they were in your home destroying something. Squudge says, that was me in Ireland. I was so worried people would think I was being rude. Yeah, I if someone says something, I just let them know, hey, I'm sorry. I pick up accents really easily. It's an audio thing with me. So Mel Signer says, haha, is damage by crocodile part of warranty? Now that's one to remember. I know, right? And then he didn't have an actual physical address because he was so far out in the backwoods. He's like, oh, just tell the mailman to mail it to the guy underneath the vines. And I'm like, the what? because, like I said again, I could only understand like every several couple of words from him. And he said it a couple times. I'm like, sir, I actually need a physical address, unless you want to go into one of our main stores and see if there's something they can do for you there. And he's like, oh, I'll go into the store. They like me there. I was like, okay. But yeah, he had a deep, deep southern twang. And by the time I was done talking with him, thankfully I had, I was able to go on break because I had started to pick up the twang a little bit. And I'm like, oh goodness, I cannot imagine customers trying to understand me with a Louisiana twang. We would get calls, from all over the country. And, and sometimes we would get people that would call in that didn't even speak English, and we would have to call in a translator so that way, and trying to get the translator to explain to the customer exactly what I say. That sometimes was a nightmare because, then they would come back with a response that made no sense. And I'm like, are you sure you translated that properly? And you're not supposed to talk to the translator. You're supposed to talk to the customer like the translator is not there. The translator is just to give you the information the customer is saying and then translate what you're saying back to the customer. You're not even supposed to acknowledge the translator. And I would have to say, I need you to retranslate that, and then I would get in trouble. And it's like, but they're not translating properly. Do they even speak the language? you know? Mel says the accent thing is thought to be as masking mechanism by some, either because of neurospiciness or because of MH issues. Yep. Squidge says, oh, that's Ireland too. We put the person's name in the village and it arrived madness. Mel says, LOL, yep, small village in Ireland. Everyone knows everyone. Yep. It's like, but, in order for Verizon Wireless to actually get them to ship down to the town or the area that this guy was in, I could not even get the town out of him because he's like, well, there's no name really for where I am. I'm just out in the way backwoods and there's not even a postal code. And mind you, that took a half an hour to understand from him alone. But, I really, really tried to help the guy, and we're not, they have this thing called first call resolution. Like when they call in, you are to resolve their issue on the phone call. And if they go to the store, that's not considered first call resolution because then they have to make contact with the store. So it's like, you're supposed to try and help these people. But, if this man had no actual real physical address, what was I supposed to do? And, my coach said, you did everything you were supposed to do. He's like, you understood more of what that man was saying than I did even. He's like, so kudos to you for that. But he's like, but I've got to take marks off because you had to, in the end, refer him to the store, even though you couldn't mail him or send him to insurance to get a replacement because he had no physical address. So because he had to go into the store, it wasn't considered first call resolution, which I think is bullshit. But, Mel says, okay, that's crazy. Yep. They marked me off for it, which, was fine because I normally, they say that they were not allowed to give out perfect calls, quote unquote, but there were agents that were favorites that always got 100s somehow. And here I'm sitting with like a 98 or a 99 and like, what the heck? I do everything they do a lot of the time and often a lot quicker and better. Yet I'm not top agent because you're not allowed to give out perfect scores, but yet somehow they're getting perfect scores. I hated the call center scene, let me tell you. It sucked. I worked at 2 different call centers, and to this day, I have PTSD every time my phone rings or I have to make a phone call because they were like, they would jump on calls and the customer couldn't hear them. but you could hear them trying to coach you and trying to listen to the customer over your coach babbling on like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's like, okay, you need to shut up so I can understand what the customer is saying to me so I can help them. But they thought that was perfectly fine. I'm like, you do it sometime. Have someone try to talk to you while you're trying to take a phone call and figuring out what the core reason is for the issues. Hi, Killer Panda. I'm hanging in there. How are you? Shadow Wolf says at Malsigner, so like me, you can talk full Yorkshire if you want to, but don't most of the time. Yep. Malsigner says, I'm going to be making calls for the charity volunteer for, but at least those people will mostly be happy to get the call. Yep. So how are you doing today, Killer Panda? Thank you for joining us today. Oh gosh, I'm almost at the 2-hour mark. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm still feeling kind of okay, so we might start another row, or I might start looking into like the Vision Quest stuff, stuff that I need to gather and do for that. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. My sticky note is not so much sticky anymore. Well, yep, we're just been doing some latch hook and chatting about different things and whatnot. The other time, things interesting, like we would have people that, because I live in an area that has glass industry and stuff, we would have people that would call in locally, and we were never allowed to say where we were from because of that. But this glass company would bring people from out of country, and trying to understand some of them too was interesting. Yep, that sticky's almost gone. That's alright, I've got more stickies. It's just making sure the main one is lined up so my brain can focus on that and not everything around it. Signer says, yeah, Shadow, I was brought up by my parents who weren't Yorkshire, so I was always a little less than my classmates as a kid. My dad tried to drill in proper grammar. It didn't really work. Killer Panda says, I'm poo. I caught this flu or something my niece has. Oh, I'm sorry, Panda. Oh, I missed what Squidge said. Gonna be really rude and talk about my stream here, so I apologize, but I'm probably going to be starting earlier today. Squidge, talk away about your, yep, kitty cat. Talk away about your stream. I encourage it in my stream. If you stream, let me know and we will shout you out. I am a full supporter of people talking about their streams in my chat. I have no problem with it. Some people think it's rude. I see it as, I want to support people who stream. Ooh, 1 second. Squudge, what time are you going to start your stream? Let me know and I will raid into you. You will be our raid target today. And guys, remind me, we do have a raid call, which I need to update because I have a new raid emote. Raid. Not sure. Okay. Well, I'll be streaming for a little bit. Let me know when you're about to start, and I'll wrap things up. And yeah, I'm gonna switch what I'm doing. We're gonna research vision quests. But yeah, let me know. I fully support you talking about your stream. I wish my shout out worked, but I'll still do it. It doesn't give the link, and I just have to figure out how to do the link, how to put the link in there. And then that way it will give you, I wonder if, there we go. I just have to do the long extension. So, eep. That's gonna fall. I've got too much stuff. So for the shout out, what are you using? I use Stream Elements for my chat commands. And I tried to follow a YouTube, but I don't know if it was like a really, 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 really old YouTube or Twitch changed how they did it. But it'll be something I work on off stream. You know, I don't want to bore you guys of trying to do everything, you know, dusty. So this is a journal. For you, those of you that don't know, my dad passed away about a year ago. But back in 2015, it's really dusty. I was in the hospital and he thought I wanted to journal the experience. I never journaled it, but he bought me this journal. So I figure for like cool little witchy things or special things, I could use this journal. So I'm going to use this journal to write up notes about this vision quest that I'm going to do. Okay, if you can give me access to Stream Elements, I can sort that for you. Okay, I'll get with you a little later, and you can tell me how I can give you access to the Stream Elements, and I'd be happy to do that, Squudge. Thank you so much. Shadow the Wolf said, I literally just got my small glue gun to use, and it's vanished into the nether. Oh my god, Shadow Wolf, I know how that goes. Killer Banda says, if I'm late to your stream at Squudgecraft, I might have fallen asleep. I'm about to take meds that make you sleepy. Killer Panda, no worries. I'm going to raid into Squudgecraft. I don't get to raid into her all that often. So I am going to try and stream for as long as I can until she gets up and running, and then we'll raid right on over into her. So you'll be right in her stream along with us, with all of us. So... yeah, but yeah, remind me, Squudge, and I'll get you access to Stream Elements, and I would love any help you can assist me with. So I love this community so freaking much. Everyone is so kind, caring, helpful. You know, there's no competition of, oh, who's better. You know, it's just, everyone is like so amazing. And, you know, the fact that you all also understand what everyone else, you know, goes through with pain and illnesses, and that you're just so supportive of one another. You know, I can't express how much I appreciate that and how amazing that is. You know, I've been to other communities where it's all a competition and ego and, you know, well, I'm better than this person, and or I'm going to start rumors and try and get this person banned or blacklisted or whatever. And, you know, it's just so nasty and toxic. I don't want to be any part of it. But this community, you know, the crafting community that, you know, is part of Squudge's and, you know, mine, you know, and other people's, you know, it's just so amazing. Oh, look who's standing up on the table because she wants attention. She's like, I had enough waiting, Mom. Squudge Crest says exactly why I love this community. Yep. Mel Steiner says, it's the most supportive and kind community I've ever been part of. Me too, Mel. I have not found a better one anywhere. And, you know, I want to thank Squudge and the other streamers that have made this such a wonderful community to be a part of. And, you know, the fact that, you know, they want to make sure that they protect this community and that people feel safe and comfortable and able to be part of the community. That is just so special and so amazing. And, you know, again, I can't say how much I super appreciate, you know, the fact that, you know, you guys are giving this platform. So, yep. You had to check everything out. Yep, this was from Grandpa. Were you checking that out? My half-sister a couple months ago sent me some hats and some of my father's shirts. Now, my Luna has never met my father, or had never met my father, but whenever he would call, he would have me put him on speakerphone so he could talk to his grand fur baby. So she knew his voice, and she knows the word grandpa. And when I got the shirts and hats, she wanted to check them out, and then she tried to claim the shirts. She laid on top of them for hours and just loved on them. And I'm like, yep, those are from Grandpa. So it must be the shirts still had the scent of my father on them. The hats definitely did. And she just wanted to cuddle with Grandpa. Mel Slider says, onion alert. Yep, onion alert. So, yep, that's the journal from Grandpa. Yep, it probably smells like him too, because he handled it. Yep. You know I'm going to be writing, that's why you're trying to, you know, chill up here on the table, huh? Alright. See if I can find my pen. Oh, do I want to use a pen or should I use a pencil? Because I have a feeling there might be some erasing. We'll go with a pencil. So this is one of the books I used. It's called Spirit Medicine. And this was also a grandfather approved book along with the medicine wheel one. And this one is by Moondance. Wolf Moondance. And it's illustrated by Jim Sharp and Sky Starhawk. And it just gives some ideas of different ceremonies and stuff that you can do during your vision quest and stuff like that. So actually I think I want to use the correspondences books first so that I have herbs and whatnot for that. This is Killer Kitty's Dreamcatcher, mini dream catchers that I'm still working on. My hands aren't quite okay enough to do that finer work. Let me show you here. I'll put it in my palm so you can see how tiny that dream catcher is. Tiny, 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 tiny. So, yeah. Alright, I'm actually going to get all of the books out. All of the books. I might have to move my crackers though. Yeah. Gotta move the crackers. We'll move them over here. She's just a paying attention, isn't she? So the medicine wheel book I was telling you guys about is this one. It's Dancing with the Wheel. It goes through the medicine wheel and all the different stones and what the different stones mean in the medicine wheel. So that we'll definitely be using as well because I want to get some more information on the positions I was born under to be included. Yeah, no, you cannot play with the latch hook. Be good. But what we're looking for is some herbs and stones. Okay, dream work is definitely one we want to work with. So let's put excuse my atrocious handwriting. So this is going to be herbs and stones that are sacred to like vision quests and DreamWorks and stuff like that. Mel Siner says, well, they do say that cats are half in this realm and half in the other, and she is definitely a familiar. Oh yeah. Yeah, she is very much a familiar. I can't even, like, if I do holidays and meditations or rituals or spells, she's got to be up in it. Mel Siner says, oh, that is so cute. Oh, the Dreamcatcher? Yeah, I've got 2 more mini ones I've got to do, but I've got to wait for my hands are a little bit more flexible and workable and whatnot. So maybe we'll even do some colors. So colors for Dreamwork are black, blue, gray, lavender, silver, and yellow. I think I'm going to, for the pouch, use a lavender or a purple color. Because that does represent, lavender and purple represent your higher conscience. It does not have gemstones for Dreamwork, but it does have some herbs, and I'll write down a few because I have well over 200 to 300 different herbs and spices and essential oils and everything, so I don't always know 100% what I have. I do know I have catnip. I do know I have chamomile. I do know I have jasmine and lavender because I grew the lavender. And I used the jasmine for Killer Kitty's medicine bag I made her. Lilac, which is my favorite. Mugwort is a good one to use, which I also used for Killer Kitties. Okay, so that's for Dreamwork. Now we're going to look for Visions. And again, I love this book. It doesn't have absolutely everything, but it does have quite a bit. I'm going to put a little bookmark for psychic ability, because we are trying to reach our psyche and our psychic powers, so that might be something to look at as well. Stress, wisdom, youth, went too far. TUV. Visions. This one does have some gemstones, because like I said, I like to have herbs and gemstones with magic and spells and stuff that I use. Okay, so for again, I apologize for the handwriting, it's atrocious, but oh, you guys can't even see it. Alright, visions. Let's do it this way. Okay, gemstones. Ooh, I do have aquamarine. One of my favorite gemstones is aquamarine. My absolute favorite is labradorite, azurite. I'm pretty sure I have a few pieces of azurite. garnet. I know I have garnet. Ooh, labradorite is there. Maybe I'll use that as my palm stone. It'd help if I spelled it right. I know I have some lapis lazuli. And again, you don't really need all of this. This is more like tools to help focus your brain. Mel says, I'm sure your handwriting is no worse than mine nowadays. And Mel says, I'm wearing my labradorite at the moment. Oh, nice. Yeah, I definitely want to get some more labradorite. Azurite is a little bit expensive for the size you get. But, selenite. But like I said, I do have a few small pieces. Okay, plants. Oh, put herbs. Belladonna, which I don't have. Sandalwood I have. Belladonna, because it is poisonous, is very, very hard to get. Mel says, need to sort out my tiger's eye necklaces. The chain on 2 of them have broken. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Oh, the goddess Hecate is, which is my matron goddess, is good for visions. That's good to know. And for visions, the color is purple as well, so that works good. Okay, so there's all of that. Let's see what the psychic ability. Basil borage, I got catnip down. Hibiscus, jasmine I have. Mugwort I have. So yeah, psychic ability does match up with the visions and dream work. Now just to make sure, I'm going to go back through here because it might have gone on to the next page. It sometimes does that because oh, going the wrong way. Brain blip, folks. Yeah, see, it did go on the back side. Amethyst, azurite, Herkimer diamond, which I do have, which is not really a diamond, it's a quartz. Herkimer diamonds are called that because they have such clarity that they're almost like a diamond. Labradorite, yep. Moonstone, okay. I might add moonstone to the mix too. But yes, this is the book of correspondences that I always rave about so much. It's by Sandra Kynes, and it's called Llewellyn's Complete Book of Correspondences. Oh, okay. It's a big book. And I absolutely swear by this book. Mel Siner says, Hecate is, like cats, good at crossing realms. It's a good time of year for her too, since we're at the beginning of spring. Yep. Yep. According to the Greek mythology, Hecate is the one that found Persephone when she was abducted by Hades, and heard her cries and went to Demeter to let her know what happened. And she, because she's a psychopomp, which means basically traversing between the worlds, she is the one that helps bring Persephone back in the spring and then takes her back to the underworld in the autumn. So Yes, I know I'm eating without you. I am sorry. Too bad, so sad. Mommy's hungry. Because Mommy was silly and didn't have breakfast. Oh. You're going to stomp across my belly a couple of times. I know, yeah. Let me know your displeasure. She's like, love me, even though you've loved me for most of the stream. So, and she also knows that I'm writing up work for, you know, a ritual that I'm about to do. And she's just like, I need to soak up all the magical energy. I do energy work in Reiki with Luna, and she just loves it. So yeah, she's gonna sit partially on my lap here. But Mommy needs to eat a little. I know I'm part of the Thunderbird clan. That's the moon I was born under. So I'm going to also keep this in. Like, I'm probably doing bead embroidery on the outside of the medicine bag of the Thunderbird. And that is, the correspondences for that are fire, lava rock, which I think I might have, firebird or thunderbird, fireweed is the plant, and the color is red. Alright, so that's for that one. And that's the clan, so now I need to find the moon I was born under. Long Snow's moon. And that one is snake, copper, malachite, thistle, and the color orange. Okay, I think that's it for Native American type astrological stuff. So that's that book. Let's see here. So we're gonna work with the color lavender. Definitely with plant kingdom, mugwort, and jasmine. possibly catnip. For the gemstones, definitely the labradorite, definitely the selenite. Maybe garnet and azurite. Now the labradorite, I'm going to make note that's the palm stone. I don't think I have any mini labradorite. Oh no, I do have mini labradorite. But yeah, I want that for the palm stone. And I'm also going to use obsidian. I'll probably wear a piece of obsidian for protection. Because you're going in underneath such a deep meditative state, you want to make sure that you have an area of protection with Mel says thistle. Now that's a good plant to have on your side. Yep. I'm not sure if I have any thistle. I'll have to look. There's a whole bunch of herbs that I got a great big box of. I ordered them, and I have not organized them into tiny little jars and put them on my wall of healing, just to give you an idea of my natural healing. Let's see if we can show you guys. That china cabinet is full of stuff. That bookshelf is full of natural healing stuff. Don't mind the mess. And over there is full of all natural healing stuff and essential oils, and so I call it my wall of healing. Yeah. So Mel says, "Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I've been collecting for 40 years. And of course replenishing as I need, and restocking and excuse me. Getting new stuff, and I'm not sure if I was able to get it, but my father made me this cool stand that has shelves on it. He built it before he passed away, and I had to move back to New York. And not that those both happened in the same year. I moved back to New York, and then he passed away last year. But that's all full of like mini gemstone chips and stuff like that. And then in my bedroom I have my personal collection of gemstones. So yeah, I'm a collector, and I have collected quite a bit. So this book I'm probably going to have to do some reading in, and I'm not going to bore you guys while I sit here and read to myself. The Spirit Medicine book. Although I'm pretty sure it has stuff on Vision Quests in here. Nope. Vision, grandmother. Okay, so it does have some stuff on Vision. 28 to 30 and 32. Okay, so maybe I'll get some ideas on that. I know the general gist because I was 5 years old when I went on my first Vision Quest. My grandfather took me on one because he noticed that, I quote unquote had a gift. I thought it was just a very vivid imagination. That's what everyone told me. But he's like, no, you have the gift, and we're gonna take you on a Vision Quest. So he dug the hole, had it all prepared, and I probably since 5 years old I've been on several Vision Quests. So yeah. Mel says, means you're always ready for doing things like this. Yep. I'm kind of like the MacGyver, with having things, so that way if I need something, he just pulled it out of his satchel, I just pull it out of my stockpile and, can always whip something up, you know, no matter what the issue or intention is. Yep. So. I'm going to probably be sewing a medicine bag specifically for this Vision Quest. I do have a medicine bag. I've had it since 1997. So we went up to Mom sent me and my friend and my brother off on a vacation because our senior trip got ruined because money got embezzled, and she felt one day at a theme park that was 5 hours away, so 5 hours trip there and a 5-hour trip home. We didn't have a lot of time in the park. Squudge says, gonna feed the girls, then we'll be getting started. Okay, Squudge, let me know. And when you're up and running, I will read on over to you. Mel says, was going to ask, do you do one specifically for each Vision Quest? You can, or you can keep that medicine bag, you know, handy and, you know, store it in a safe place for each time you do the Vision Quest. You just need to cleanse and recharge them every time you reuse them. I have since lost my medicine bag for Vision Quests. It walked away on one of my moves. So I'm going to make another one. I'm going to use purple fabric for it, and I'm going to embroider, or bead embroider, a Thunderbird on it. And then I'll put the herbs and gemstones inside of that. But my normal medicine bag I got on this trip that she sent us up to. We went to Old Forge, and there's a Native American reservation up there, and there was this beautiful, now mind you, it's not a black bag, it's a light brown doe skin bag, but it had the medicine wheel embroidered on it, it had the fringe, and I added a couple other things that meant meaning to me on the outside. And then on the inside, it's things that have great meaning to you that represent different bits of power. Mel Signer says, oh, annoying how things go wandering, but it's a good thing you're making a new one for this. Yep. So on stream I'll probably also be making, you know, the medicine bag and then mixing the herbs and stuff. I also I'm going to make myself a tea, and mugwort tea is great for visions and getting you into that higher self and higher magical space. So I grew mugwort one year. I need to grow some more because I'm running low. So that's going on the next month's Amazon wish list to purchase, because I want to grow some more. And it does really well on my balcony, one of the few things it does. So yeah, mugwort you do have to be careful with because it triggers, if people are allergic to ragweed, you're going to have a reaction to mugwort. So you need to be really careful with allergic reactions. You also need to be careful with like interactions with your medicine. So, you know, before you make teas or ingest plants or whatever, do a deep dive research, talk to your doctor, make sure they're safe to take. I'm not, weirdly, I'm not allergic to ragweed. I'm allergic to everything else under the sun, but I'm not allergic to ragweed or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, because Squudge is getting ready, I'm going to go to the Be Right Back screen, because my stream ending I don't think has audio capture on it. So we're going to put that on that and just do our chatting and whatnot, and give the camera a rest because it's still flipping out like crazy. But you guys can kind of still hear my voice, and we can chit chat about things and whatnot until we'll do our coffee talk. As yeah, everyone thinks I say. Mel Signer says, yeah, I wouldn't dare with all my meds. Yeah, no, I have to be really careful too. Like I said, I make sure, you know, this is 40 plus years of training and learning and stuff like that. So I try to make sure that, when I experience a new plant or I get a new plant or herb in my collection or whatnot, I do a really deep dive. Like, I'll go on different medical sites to research it. I'll research the metaphysical properties as well as the medical properties. I go into a really, really deep dive just to make sure, okay, this plant interacts with this medication, or, this plant is known to create these types of allergic reactions. And so you have to be so careful when it comes to herbalism. And I mean, even gemstones, people do things called like gemstone water. Well, some gemstones are very, very, very toxic, and you wouldn't want to drink the water. So like plants, you have gemstones and crystals that are toxic. Mel Siner says, a friend does magic mushrooms to get to a higher plane, and for him it's great generally, but with all my meds I've had to turn down the offer of trying it. Yep. I actually, my later in year, when I was older, my grandfather was able to obtain some peyote legally, and I did not react well. I got violently sick on it, and then I was so stoned out that was not able to really get a decent vision quest out of it. So I try to do mostly what they call clean vision quests, where I may drink a tea, but mostly all of my herbs go into the medicine bag and they're not for ingestion. Oh yeah. I did not realize that peyote can make you violently sick. Then you get the medicinal vision type properties from it. Was not fun, and I'm kind of glad my grandfather did not give it to me when I was 5. That would be some questionable adulting there. But no, I was in my later teens when he actually did that. And a lot of people have this huge misconception that our smoking pipes and our peace pipe has marijuana in it. No, it's tobacco. Yes, there are some different herbs and stuff sometimes they will use, but not marijuana. Mel says, not part they talk about much. Yeah, no. So, no, we mostly smoke tobacco out of our pipes. So that really kind of annoyed me, because everyone's like, oh yeah, your peace pipe. Now, first of all, peace pipe, only specific people carried those. All the rest of the people, Native Americans you would see, would have, they would call them a medicine pipe or a tobacco pipe. Medicine pipes were mostly Native American shamans and healers. But for the most part, the peace pipe was when treaties were being talked about, or different tribes would sit around together and they would share the peace pipe in honor of one another. It wasn't a common everyday thing. So, first off, people are going, yeah, peace pipe, you smoke, that was irritating. And then the whole, oh, you smoke marijuana and all that, you're a stoner. Well, no, I don't. First of all, I'm allergic to marijuana, unfortunately. Now that it's legal in New York, it probably would have helped me a great deal with my pain. But no, we did not smoke marijuana out of it. No. Maybe for very specific certain ceremonies, maybe. But for the most part, it was tobacco. It was different herbs that, were healing properties, not to get you stoned. Squidcraft says, okay, we'll be live in about 10 minutes. Mel says, people will always misunderstand shit. And Squidcraft says, definitely, Mel Siner often deliberately. Mel says, you're allergic? Oh, bless you. I got paranoid on it, but thankfully wasn't allergic. Yeah, I can't even take the CBD oil. I can't do edibles. I can't do the actual smoking of the plant, no matter how much THC is in it. No. And it sucks because, like I said, I've seen so many people with fibromyalgia and chronic pain issues that it has helped. And, just to get some sort of relief would be nice. But I'm like so allergic that my throat will close up. I'll go into anaphylactic shock. I get really bad hives and sores and stuff when I am near or around it. I believe fully that it should be legal, because it does have so many healing properties. I think it should be regulated. I unfortunately have some neighbors on my floor that smoke enough marijuana to get an entire Continental Army high, and it's just one person. But, and that's also another reason why I hate leaving my apartment, because I gotta go through a cloud of that smoke and have my inhaler ready so I can, make sure my lungs keep open and I don't pass out from having my throat close up. Mel says, "Oh God, Zams, you are allergic to so many." Yep, there are. It would be easier to list the things I'm not allergic to versus the things I am allergic to. But I have pretty good allergy medicine, and for the most part, it does do its business. Or what it's supposed to do. But yeah. So okay, Squidge said about 10 minutes. That was about 2 minutes ago. So we got about 8 minutes of chit chat. I think I have that in me. But yeah, the misconception of things is horrible. Like, most Americans think that British people have nasty, horrible teeth and don't have many teeth in their head. And it's like, no, I've met plenty of British or UK people that have all their teeth in their head and they have nicer teeth than some of the Americans we have. Oh, you just got a notification she's gone live? Okay. Okay, let me Huh. I didn't get a notification. Okay, well, we'll get the raid call up ready. So those of you who are joining in with the raid with us, that is our raid call. Let me make sure I grab it too, because I often forget to even post it. And then get that in, so all I have to do is hit return. But yeah, Mel says, I have most of my teeth. Many had to be taken out due to my small jaw. Yep. Genetics from Dad. Thanks, Dad. My teeth never hardened, so anything hard that I would bite into would shatter my teeth. So when I was in my early 30s, I had to have all of my teeth ripped out. That being said, even with the dentures, I speak and eat better without my dentures. So I only I wear my dentures on super, super, super special occasions. But most people don't know I don't have any teeth. Even when I'm talking right in front of them face to face, they're like, "You don't have any teeth?" I'm like, "No." I haven't for over 15 years. Mel says they're still wonky though. Oh, yep. But yeah, I mean, there's all these misconceptions and going around, I've heard from other people from other countries oh, all of America's fat and overweight because all you do is eat fast food. There's plenty of thin people in the Americas. We're not all fat and overweight. Now, yes, I have a little bit of fluff on me, but not as much as I used to. Mel says, "Oh no, that sounds like my mom. She had hers out at 17. Yeah, I probably should have had mine out when I was a teenager, because as I got older, I would develop really bad abscesses. It was difficult to eat anything. Now, people sit there and well, you don't have any teeth. How do you eat chips and steak and all that? Practice. I just can, and I can eat it better than when I have my teeth in, because I have a small mouth too. So when I got my original dentures, they made my teeth normal size, and I couldn't even get a finger in my mouth, let alone food. So I had to wait like 10 years to get new dentures because they wouldn't redo the dentures. So I got so used to not having dentures in and being able to eat without the dentures. New dentures fit wonderful. I sound a little weird with them because, trying to talk with teeth again, but but yeah, like special like times where like I know there's going to be photographs or video or special occasions I will wear them. They're just they're more annoying at this point than they are doing any good. So it's like, yeah, okay, I'm a little self-conscious. I don't have teeth, but everyone tells me they don't even notice it. So, it's hard to get rid of those squirrels in the back of your head, like, oh, you don't have any teeth. People are going to notice, and they're going to think you're a gummy grandma, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, shut up. Like, just shut up. All right, squad should be live. Let me see. Yep, I see her. She's live. We're going to raid her. If you guys can stay along for the raid, that would be awesome. I would super appreciate that. Thank you to everybody for the follows, bits, cheers, subs, all the above, tips. Thank you to everyone who has been lurking and chilling out with me the entire stream. You guys are freaking amazing. I appreciate you guys so much, and so much love to y'all. So now we're gonna raid on over to Squedge.
Crayons, or could you not?